Okay, what you're looking at is my homemade DIY greenhouse. I've had several people that I've told about it, and they don't quite understand what I'm talking about when I tell them I've built a little greenhouse. So I thought I'd go ahead and make a video just to show you how easy it was to get together. So we'll walk around here and we'll look at the different components. So if you want to do one of these yourself, you can see how easily it was to put together. Basically, I started with 3 cattle panels. They're 16 foot long. I believe they're 54 inches tall. I just butted them up side by side all the way down through here. The base is made from 2x12 construction. You'll be able to see that from the inside. Right now I got the raised beds on the outside here. And then I covered it up with plastic. This is a greenhouse grade plastic. It's not your normal run-of-the-mill big box hardware store plastic. It is supposed to last 4 years. The other plastic only has a lifespan of about 6 months out in the sun before it starts breaking down. The back side I made out of plywood to give the structure a little bit more support. This is the north wall, so I'm not going to see any sunlight from here, but I will get a lot of weather. So I wanted to make it out of the plywood so it's a little bit sturdier and to help the greenhouse weather some of our harsh storms that we have. I painted it. Any exposed areas that were not treated were painted with a fence post style creosote paint to help preserve that wood. Actually, I didn't paint it, my wife did. Thank you. But I have just one window back here in the back, and it works with an automatic door opener. You can buy through Harbor Freight. They're rather economical. I think it was like 25 bucks. And I don't have to be here to open and close the window. It does it all on its own. It's gas compression, so there's no electricity or anything to it. The plastic, we just wrapped it on and stapled it. As you can see, the staples right there. And then I left this side undone. I haven't put any furring strips on it, just so you can see it. But we take furring strips and have made out of 2x4, ripped 2x4, and attach them right here to hold the plastic down. And you can see an example of what I'm talking about right there. Right there's one of the furring strips. So we'll come back around here. There's a raised bed built all the way around either side except for the end. This is for 2 reasons. Main and most important reason, I needed some way to insulate around the bottom of the 2x12s during the winter time, so that we don't have cold air getting into the greenhouse. So it's going to help insulate it. We don't have the cold air won't be able to seep in around the bottom. I will have to put, you can see crack there at the bottom right up below the door. That's where I had to insulate it. So we'll have some mulch or something down here to help insulate that. But we do have, and then also the second
Dad, I need a drink, please.
Okay, we're back. And the second reason for the raised beds is now we have some more growing area that I can grow things like peppers growing down here and a Swiss chard. So here we go. Let's take a step inside. I have screening on the door here. This is just 1/4-inch wire mesh. This is so that the insects can get in to pollinate. I will cover this door back up with plastic once it starts frosting and gets cold for the winter. So inside, I put down landscape fabric and some gravel, so I don't have to fight with the weeds growing in here all the time. These are wicking barrels. I made another video that showed these, how to make those, so if you're interested in that, check out my other video. But here we are on the inside. So you can see the cattle panels up close. At the edges of each cattle panel, I have pipe insulation covering the edges so that there's no sharp edges to come in contact with the plastic, so we don't have to worry about the plastic ripping. One difference to my greenhouse and Texas Preppers is I had to add some reinforcements along the way for mine. Texas Prepper does not use any kind of support because of his location. I, on the other hand, living in West Virginia, sometimes we get heavy snowfall, and without supports, I feared that the cattle panels may collapse under the snow weight. So here I got a 12-foot ridge beam going across the top, hooked into this 4x4 post, and that should help with any snow load that we get. You can see down here on the bottom the 2x12 construction I used. I ripped a 2x4 into a 2x2 to hold the cattle panels up, to make it easier to hold on to give them something to rest on. And again, this is something different than that Texas Prepper does not do with this, but I needed some height because I'm a taller person, so I needed some more height in the middle, so I had the 2x2s to put the cattle panel up on top of. This is part of my aquaponics system right here that I have yet to get built, but there will be an aquaponics system on this side. I'll have a video of it sometime to come. Let's see. Here's the back wall from the inside. You can see the 2x4 that I have there, that I made the skeleton or the framework out of, and then I attached that plywood to on the outside. Around this window I put some of that pipe insulation so that when the window closes, it helps seal off any drafts. This is basically only for the winter time. I do plan on using this greenhouse in the winter. We're going to see what happens. I don't know. Just an experiment. We'll see. It'd be nice to have some fresh greens in the winter time. But here we go. Here's a shot of the 2x4 construction around this side, and I just put plastic on that side so that the sun can get in. It does get pretty warm in here in the afternoon, but as you can tell, it's not too warm for these tomatoes. These tomatoes that I planted in these wicking barrels, these are exactly 6 weeks since I planted these, and they were about 10-12 inches tall at the top of the barrel. So they've done rather well in here. All except for this one tomato, and I don't know what happened to it, but all of a sudden it's died. The one beside it's doing okay, but the other one just turned yellow and died. I don't know. It's one of those strange garden mysteries. So, step back outside here. There's a stoop there for young ones to get over. Thank you, Gabby. So there you have it. That's my Texas Prepper hoop house style greenhouse. I don't know if I mentioned before, but the measurements on it are 8x12. When you use 3 cattle panels and the 4 2x12s, those are 12-foot 2x12s, and 8 footers across the front and across the back. So if you have any comments, questions, leave me a post at the bottom and I'll be sure to answer it. Thanks for watching.